Hello everybody, this is Eddie with Mobile Homestead Solar Services and Mobile Homesteading. This is Rob and Gwen's Newmar Canyon Star Class A motorhome. We installed a solar system, 600 watt solar system on there for them last summer, and they were nice enough to come down and visit us from up in Michigan. So I thought I'd give you guys a run through of the system that we installed for them. So here we go. Here is their electrical compartment, and this is where they're keeping their inverter and solar charge controllers and their batteries. They have an MS2812 3000 watt pure sine Magnum inverter, 2 Bogart SC2030 solar charge controllers, 30 amps a piece. They're stacked in parallel, so that gives them 60 amps of solar power on the roof. They've got all the bells and whistles for protection. You have breakers, battery switches, and the main battery fuse. And right over here, I'll show you from the other side, they have two 300 amp hour ReLion Lithium batteries, and I'll go over to that side. Here is their battery compartment. It's actually right beside the inverter. You can see the inverter right over there. They have two ReLion 300 amp hour lithium battery packs. They're run in parallel, giving them 600 amp hours of lithium batteries. I like this setup because with these battery packs, instead of individual 100 amp hour batteries, they're able to have a higher amount of available amps that they can draw for that 3000 watt inverter. Instead of having to wire them in a big concession parallel, we can go ahead and run these in just 2 units in parallel, and they can supply the proper amount of amps to that 3000 watt MagnaSine inverter. There you go. Okay guys, here is one other thing. If you're running lithium batteries, we've added this to their coach. If you're using a motorhome, right there you'll see that they have a lithium battery isolation manager that I installed with their lithium battery system. Now theirs is hooked up full-time. You can actually use this to replace your battery isolation solenoid valve that would be normally in theirs up there, but because everything is specialized in this Newmar, I did not want to ruin that system. They can still use that battery disconnect switch, and it just runs in unison with their lithium battery isolation manager. And the whole purpose of this is this regulates the amount of draw that it would put on your alternator. If you were to let lithium batteries pull full on your alternator, it would burn up your alternator. It would draw too many amps all at once for a prolonged period of time. So what this does is it takes a certain amount of amperage over a period of time, and then it'll shut down or meter the amount so that it doesn't overdo your alternator. So like I was telling you, you have 3 panels per each side. You have your pluses over here and your minuses over here. This is one of your solar charge controllers, and this is the other solar charge controller. So you have this one, and this one are all on this side, and then the other 3 are on the other side. And no moisture inside of it. I was glad to see that. You guys had some cold weather up there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So no moisture has gotten in here, mainly because I put spray foam in this hole right here.
That's what's going right down into it. Yeah,
into the ceiling. And I made a big mistake with mine. First solar system I put in, I built a really nice combiner box like this, but I left that hole open. I figured, well, no, it's not going to hurt anything because I've got it sealed on the outside.
Sure.
But it was cold out here, and just like the glass on a window, all that warm air inside the roof come up, condensated in the side of it. But there you go.
So then if we were going to add a few more, how would you go about putting those in then?
A few more, we would probably come back in the backside with the connectors like we have here.
Gotcha.
And just like these are, we'd run the wire down from the solar panel, come in, you have a plus side and you have a minus side. Like I said, this half is one controller and this half is the other. And if you look, I've got them color coded. This is the negative for that side, and this is the positive on this solar charge controller, and this is the positive for this solar charge controller, and this is the negative for it. And it coincides down on the bottom. I have that also marked with the color for each one of the solar charge controllers.
Nice.
So that way there's no confusion.
Yeah. Cool.
You like that?
That's really cool.
Here's the top of their roof. They have 6 100-watt Renogy panels. Gives them 600 watts, but they're actually 300 watt per controller. So they'll be able to add an extra 2 panels per controller. She's talking about a possibility of adding 1 to each controller right now, so that would be 2 panels, giving them 200 more watts. But right now they're doing pretty good. They just got to try it out and see if they want to add more or stick with what they have.